Hi everybody. Good morning. It's a nice morning. I have a really good relaxing time today. And I have a message, okay? A message I wanted to pass on to you guys. A message I've received this morning, like in a form of thought, because it's often the case that if you are asked a question, then just the answer pops into your head, in your feeling. You just sort of have this feeling that this is it, this is the answer. And I'll try more and more to concentrate on what my intuition and on what my soul is telling me, and then trying to share it with other people, because I can see that is important, especially in the environment I'm in now. The message is about how to handle energies. Okay, and I don't know how it's gonna come out, but here it comes. Um, there is a group of people who are especially receptive to energies. Okay, they are highly intuitive people, highly sensitive. There is even like it's, I think, by the mainstream medicine, recognized highly sensitive people or high sensitivity as some form of um, maybe not ailment, but it's just like a type of a person. Okay, which is really nice to be recognized as such, because yes, there is something special about highly sensitive, highly receptive people. Okay, they have the intuition that other people don't have. They are a little bit, I compare them to cats. Okay, because they basically are a lot. Okay, they do tend to be, tend to observe the environment. They tend to not get engaged in things that normally everybody else would get engaged. They're mainly they're very calm. They're like more introvert. They are very sensitive to art or any form of creativity, really. And they are also very creative themselves. Very deep internal life, very rich internal life, very interesting approach, completely different to the mainstream. Very the people really difficult to convince that the main senses, the world that is based on the main senses, is only the one that we have to concentrate on. They sort of know internally, they know inside of them that there is something more out there, that there is a better, deeper level to life than only what we are shown, let's say, in mainstream media, or just in general, by the families, by the environment, society. They are not the society that just want to be. They need a lot of time on their own to process the energies that they mm, they get. They get from the outside, but they also like sort of get internally. They obviously generate a lot of things by asking questions, and I think that most these people, the highly intuitive people, they also, what the trait that I found in them is that they like to ask why questions, right? Okay. They just don't, they're not satisfied with the answer that, oh, this is how it is, and that's it. Okay. They just really want to know why. Okay. Why is it? And when they get an answer, they just like ask another why question. So, okay, this is the answer, but why this answer happens? So it's like a little bit like philosophical approach, quite a calm approach. As I say, like quite passive and observant, and calm and peaceful. Okay, it's just almost, if they work on themselves, if the people who are highly sensitive and highly receptive, and they feel like they often also have a connection with nature, with animals, they're drawn to natural, well, I don't know, to trees, to they're called tree huggers, right? To ocean, sand, earth, all the bits that are just given to us by our planet. They often suffer when they can see that animals get hurt, or that something's going on. Some, like for example, they just get really triggered when somebody is just dropping litter on the floor, right? I mean, this is like, for example, my trigger. If I see somebody just putting litter on the floor, I just wanna threaten these people. And the calmness from the inside varies. Okay, it depends. They also another trait of the character is like if the person's got a damaged energy, and they might not even realize that they're doing it to themselves. They might end up not being aware they're highly sensitive, and they might end up having very bad mental health problems, or some kind of breakdowns, meltdowns. They just seem to be like chaotically and energetically chaotic, with a lot of making drama out of something that is not dramatic, something that you would normally be able to overcome, even if it's a difficult situation, but you understand it's one of is a part of of your life, to not only just smell flowers and then dance around on a meadow in a flowery dress. You sometimes have to face things that are hard, and if you do it like in a non-observant way, I mean it's a non-judgmental way, but on the basis of being an observant, then it makes it easy for you to go through these situations. But in order to be able to do this, highly sensitive people, they just need to be aware of their own energies, and of the energies that come from the outside, and be able to recognize which one is which. Okay, and the reason why it's not like that, the reason why I'm actually just recording this video was because I got inspired yesterday by various situations and people I came across. And the second reason is that I am one of these highly sensitive people who always used to make a drama out of everything. But it wasn't intentional. I didn't know what was going on with me, because I didn't know that the energies that come from other people, they are not mine. Okay, and that leads me to another trait of a character of a person, highly sensitive person. They can sense the smallest abnormality in a person's energy. So, but as you can imagine, nowadays, when everybody's scared, when everybody's uncertain, when there is a lot of control, a lot of fear, a lot of manipulation, a lot of other dense consciousnesses, this is how I call it, anxiety, blame, there is hardly ever can you come across a person who's calm, happy, they have an open heart, they're not scared, they're completely trusting, they understand that the universe is working its way to make our wish come true, that we are that we all abundantly looked after, then we are being supported, and that we are going to do what we have to do in order to elevate our consciousness, in order to elevate our way of thinking, broaden our horizons, start seeing beyond our senses, and understanding world beyond our senses. And to meet a person like this, it's a treat, and it's very unlikely. And but it's possible. I mean, people are working on themselves. The internal growth is of interest of more and more people, which is brilliant. and they are finding their own way to elevate themselves, because people start feeling that, you know, there is an emptiness. They just want to fill it up, and then you can't fill it up with the external. So there must be something inside of you that just is going to fill that void of yours that you've been carrying, and we've been carrying for generations, really. Okay. So highly sensitive person who is energetically stable is able to manage the energies. Okay. Oh yeah. Before I say about managing energies, I'm also going to say about how highly sensitive person enters the room, for example, and they can tell that there has been an argument in there, for example. Okay. Or someone has hurt someone. Okay. They don't know where it comes from. They don't know why they can feel this. But they can feel this, and the energy is somewhat strange. Like, for example, if there has been something going on in the room that was negative, like an argument or blame or anything like this, okay, and there was an exchange of energies, like which are a bit denser, not very that pleasant for human body to experience. And a highly sensitive person and highly intuitive person will go into a room like this. They will they often feel the heaviness. Okay, they often feel the heaviness in their body. They often feel the tension in their muscles, for example. They know that there is something going on because they can become dizzy, spaced out, like, you know, they're working, and all of a sudden they just realize that they don't know what they're doing, that it isn't normal for them to be clumsy, but they just drop things and make things and forget things, and then just be completely like not themselves. And it's for a person who's aware of what's going on with them, it doesn't take a long time to ground. Okay, like to feel grounded means just to feel connected with yourself again. Okay, take a few deep breaths and understand that this energy is not your own. Okay, it doesn't come from you, it just comes from the outside, and you're just affected by it. Okay, and what you can do to cleanse it with your aura, because you have not much choice. So you, at this very point, just have to decide to cleanse that, or just shake it off yourself. And if you can leave the room, you just leave the room and then just get out of the place and then go and shake it off in the nature. But yeah, so you can feel a lot when you're a highly sensitive person. You can feel so much that you can feel somebody else's ailment. Like, for example, let's say that someone is paralyzed, or they have like a paralysis in their arm. Okay, so a highly sensitive person is more likely to feel tingling in the same arm when they are close to this person. Okay, because they can feel these other people, they can feel it. Okay, and when someone's not feeling very well in general, highly sensitive persons are likely to get a headache around this person. Okay, if there is a problem with the person's like breathing area or something, the highly sensitive person who's going to be close to the person with the ailment, okay, with that sort of condition, they might experience tingling, uncomfortable, tickling in their throat, or a sore throat or something like that. It's just the way that they're receptive. Okay, this is how they are like a little bit of a radar of what is going on outside. So they don't only look at the person and they see them. Okay, they can feel them. Okay, feel them on them. Okay, and it's quite hard to find out and to recognize which feeling, because obviously, in order to find out what's going on with you and what is yours, you would have to isolate yourself completely from everybody, you know, be around nature and only just spend time observing yourself, which is just not even possible to do at the moment. for most people, because we do still have to go to work and earn a living. So so isolating yourself like that from all the energies is not possible. And also it doesn't make sense, because there is a reason why we're here. Okay, and this is not to be isolated from others, because we are all connected. And what I wanted to say also about highly sensitive people, apart from the fact that they're very creative, they're also sensitive when it comes to they have to feel comfortable like in their clothes, right? Okay, I mean, they won't wear something unless it sort of makes them feel good, because they know that if they're gonna make themselves feel good, they learn to and they find ways to operate during the day, even with small things like that, that they are going to be very selective about what they are watching, what they are wearing, who they speaking to, what they are speaking about, what they are listening to, and so on, and what programs they watch, and what books they're reading, and stuff like that. I've already spoke about some of those traits before, but that was a different video. Whoops, wrong hole. But yeah, there is a reason why I'm recording this video, also because I wanted to speak about how to manage those those energies. Not that I'm an expert, because I've learned. I suppose I'm my own expert. I am, because I'm the only person who does the energy work. With my energy and with other people's energy. So that's why I'm recording the video. I just wanted to pass my experience and my message onwards. And to manage there is a little bit of a trick to manage the energies from the outside, and recognize that they are not our own. Okay, the reason you have to feel sovereign, okay, in yourself. You have to feel like quite confident. You need to heal your own energy field, okay, because they have been, but we highly sensitive people often follow the crowd, because they are trying to fit in, okay, and they regard themselves as weird, okay, or there's something wrong with me because I feel this. They just don't accept the fact that this is how they are, and they are different, okay. There is a little bit of let's say there is about 10, 15, 20% of people who are like this, okay, and they live in a non-highly sensitive world, okay. And because it happened that we live in a system where you have no choice but to go to school, you have no choice but to then go to work, and you can make whatever choices, but for most of us there's not much of a choice. You have to do things that other authorities tell you to do. You don't have to decide for yourself, which part of it is okay, because otherwise we would just experience total anarchy if everybody was doing whatever they were doing. So a bit of a system doesn't harm, but then there is a lot of lock. Okay, there are blockages, and there are barriers that the highly sensitive person is not going to accept, because they just basically want to be authority free. Okay, they are the rebels inside their souls that want to feel free from any form of strain, control, or manipulation. Okay, but because they've been raised often by non-highly sensitive parents, and they were shown that the reality doesn't match their own perception of the world, they are more likely to develop sort of a self-loathing approach, self-harming approach, if you know what I mean. It's just some kind of like, there's something wrong with me because I feel like this is wrong, although everybody else is doing it. Okay, like I feel that this shouldn't be like this. I feel that the perfect solution for this would be this and this and this, and everybody else is going to be like, oh, shut up, because this is not possible. It's just like even beyond utopia. It's like utopia. It's just never gonna happen. But you know that this is the right way. Okay, no matter how ridiculous it sounds to others, you still feel that this is a good thing, because like when there is no authority, when there is no control, when there is no manipulation, when there is no the lying, the anxiety, the fear that we are being put on, and restrictions, and authority telling you what to do, how to think, and what's to learn at school, and what is important to you, and then you obviously just end up doubting yourself, and you stop trusting yourself because you think that there is an answer out there, and you are not clever enough to know what's best for yourself. Okay. And this is what the system does to us, basically. But we all have the answer for ourselves. So, I mean, what's good for me is good for different person. It's going to be different, good for another person. And it's obvious, but the answer is inside of us, not outside. Okay, no one else knows better than you what you need and what you should be doing and you shouldn't be doing. And this is a really good thing when you know how to how to handle this. It's truth. So, sovereignty. Okay, when you have a field, because you do have a field around you. Okay, and it's an energetic field. Some people can see it, some receptive people can see the aura, some can't. But they can get damaged easily by your own doings. And because you don't know yourself very well, because you never could sort of build a good relationship with yourself due to traumas, which you are here to experience, and other things that happen to you along the path, you sort of assumed and learned or got taught or got convinced that everything that we are doing at the moment is okay. It's okay. But it's okay only for people who feel okay with it and it's aligned with them. Okay. And we never, that's the main thing that we should be learning in school, actually. How to align yourself with your own truth. Okay, with your own heart, or with your own, just to listen to that inner voice, and aligning yourself with that inner voice, aligning yourself with your inner truth, and with what is good for you, even if it's not suiting other people, is a process. Okay, and it's a healing process. You go through this process in a you have to give yourself a lot of gentleness, a lot of time, a lot of goodness, and a lot of understanding and compassion in order to be able to build this relationship on a basic, like, or on a basis of unconditional love towards yourself. Okay, and only then can you find out what is aligned with you, what is true to you. Okay, and once you know that, then you starting to feel sovereign. Okay, you are starting to feel that there is nothing that can bother you, nothing that externally can cause your energy changing, nothing externally, unless you choose to, can cause you some feeling that you wouldn't like to have inside of you. Okay, you are so strong, you stay so aligned with your soul, that any external situation that no external situation has an impact on what you are feeling, because you are the one who have chosen that they are going to feel peaceful and calm, for example, and loving and understanding and compassionate and delicate about everything that is going on. And you've decided and you've chosen that you are not going to react, but you're going to observe. Okay, and believe me, this is the best and freeing feeling you can get. But and it's possible to achieve. However, in order to get there, you need to know yourself and know what you're doing, what kind of damage you are doing to yourself by acting the way that you were shown by others and told and convinced that they are good for you, rather than consulting your own inner voice and asking them. Okay, and this is where all the beliefs and attachments and thoughts and emotions needs to start being observed by us. Okay, you don't have to react to everything that is going on outside. You can observe it and just not label it as something. Okay, it is possible to get yourself into this mindful state that is you're going to let you express yourself in a very calm and, like, I don't know, you're just going to be comprehensive. Like, you're going to be open to what's going on. You're not going to judge or react. You're just going to feel like everything that goes your way, even if it's a problem or no problem, or something good or something bad, but in inverted commas, because there's no such thing. Everything's neutral. It's just what you label it as, based on what you're thinking and what you've been shown and implemented in your brain and embedded. All those energies, all those beliefs, they're embedded in your mind, right? This is wrong, right? This is wrong. This is right. This is wrong. Okay, and only with your this is where your mind is dictating you that something. If you say like, oh, this is wrong and this is right and this is wrong and this is right, that's your brain, this is your mind telling you this. Okay, this is your mind that is controlling your life. Okay, when you stop doing, you can stop doing that if you want to, if you choose to, and you can label everything as neutral and observe, like, oh, this is what happened. All right, okay. I asked, like, let's say I prayed for something or I asked for something, and all of a sudden there is quite an unbelievable situation that occurred today. I only prayed a couple of days or yesterday for something, and all of a sudden I get this situation in my life that is going to cause me so much trouble. I'm going to have to go through so much, okay? And it's going to be an immense effort from myself to overcome this situation. But then, if perhaps I'm not going to judge it as a bad or a good, I'm just going to understand and accept that this is how my request is being organized in such a way. Okay, I'm gonna give you my personal example. Okay, I do a lot of journaling recently, solely because I decided to clear my energies. Oh, before I give this in before I give my example, I also want to say that when you stay stubborn, okay, you do that. Okay, you are tough. I mean, you are a rebel. Okay, but you are unbreakable. You are so calm and peaceful that nothing can make you feel imbalanced. And you can walk into a room where the energies are bad, and you can have a person in front of you who is trying to confront you, and they are trying to get to you from different ways. They're trying to take your energy away from you. Away from you. They're just trying to sort of go into your field because they can feel your peace. They want some of your peace. Okay, and they just want a little bit of you. Okay, so they are trying by different strategies in order to get to you somehow. Okay, but when you are observant and you are sovereign and you are tough and your energy is strong, okay, there is no passage. Okay, you are just completely yourself. You're sovereign. There is nothing that you can go. You're not going to release anything out of yourself unless you choose to. So you're not going to say yes when you're thinking no, and you're not going to get anything Let anything get to you. So say anything, anybody criticizing you, it's not going to be personal in any way for you. You're just going to observe that situation. This situation has happened because this person, they seem not, they just, you don't actually care about what is going on. You have full compassion to that person, that they are unable to be given to give yourself give themselves that sovereignty, that form of sovereignty that you already achieved. Okay, and they just want some of yours, and that's okay, because that's why I'm recording those videos, so that people know how to become sovereign. Okay, because it's very important. When you become sovereign, your vibration is higher. Okay, your body vibration is higher. This is where love comes from. This is where health comes from. This is where peace comes from. You just peaceful, calm, loving, compassionate. You stand out in your behaviors, in your replies, in your reactions to your to the outside. Okay, you basically stand out, and everybody's just like, oh, what's different about this person? I can't put a finger on it. I don't understand what's different about the person. She's weird. She's different. It's just like, I want to be like this. I want to be that calm. I want to be that this and that. And I know that this is because I came across people, I don't know, how do they do that? And I figured out you just what I did was tapping into my soul. Okay, I tapped into my heart and asked myself what I need to do to be stronger, what I need to do to be able to say no to people when it's not convenient for me, what they're asking me to do in that very moment. But I didn't want to be aggressive. I just wanted to be aligned with the way I am, with me. Okay, so I wanted to be able to refuse things I don't feel like doing in a very nice, compassionate way, so the other person doesn't feel like they have offended me or I am offending them. That was important to me. And this showing the boundaries. Okay, this is a very big lesson. Showing the boundaries, but not in a non-aggressive way, but in a loving way. It's a difficult, it's an art. It's an art, and then you just learn and learn and learn and just be and are better and better at this when you practice it. And it's very good. And being, and that is one step that you can make in order to heal the field. Okay, your sovereign field. Because if you think about it, the person who always says yes to things but they don't feel like doing the things, and they get frustrated, there is a lot of negativity, they're angry with themselves for saying yes, for being tired and overdoing it for people, and then trying to make everybody else happy, and trying to make them feel like, oh, they're always there for them, and there is no balance of giving and taking. This is a form of self-harm, and you are harming yourself, not physically. You don't have to cut yourself or just take drugs or anything. You are energetically harming yourself, and it's a very bad habit. It's just an addiction, okay? Just to please people, it's an addiction. And but I'm just saying that from an energetic point of view, so that it's quite clear how it works. So every time you do something against you, often you don't even know what is right for you and what is with you, what's aligned with you, because you don't spend enough time, for example, asking yourself what's right for me, and you do something that you think in your mind is right, but it's not aligned with you. You damage your own field. Okay, you don't mean the harm. You're not doing anything just to you're doing it unaware. You are unaware. Okay, you're just unconscious about it. You're just not aware of what you are doing to yourself by damaging your sovereign field. Okay, your field, you're damaging it, and it cracks. Okay, and the cracks, okay, like little holes, because it's weaker, because it's thinner. Other people who are going to want some of you, who are going to want some of your energy, they have better access to you. Okay, they are going to have this there are passages that they can get to you. Okay, you are not going to be that stable energetically to say, this is my boundary, this is where you stop. Okay, because I say so, and I've got the right to show this boundary, and I love this boundary because this is where I put it and it's important to me. Okay, and there is nothing wrong with this. However, we have to what I had to do is just start thinking about what I think about what means selfish to me. Okay, because I have a very bad idea about being selfish. Okay, and self-love is not selfish. Okay, what is selfish is not to love yourself and not to show boundaries, because you are going to be unable to help anyone unless you help yourself in the first instance. Because this is not a good form of help when you go out there and be frustrated because you are doing something for others, but it wasn't your choice. It was what you thought that you should do, not to be regarded as, I don't know, as someone. Okay. So yeah, if you don't fix those but the good news is, okay, yes, we do that. We often do say no, say yes when we think no, when we said no, when we think yes and stuff like, and we want something, but we just like dedicate it for someone else and blah, blah, blah. But the good news is that we can fix this. Okay, so the cracks in the field, the cracks in the energetic fields, the field that is weakened, is just like, but it's not strong, it's not strong enough, the net is just not connected with you. And people can get access, and people who will just push the access because they don't know that they are harming you even more. They just don't mean it, they just do this. Okay, people do this. It's just like mosquitoes, they always bite. Okay, they don't mean to, but they're irritating. And so people will do this, will try it with you. Okay, and your job is just to show the boundary. But how can you show the boundary if you don't know it? Okay, you have to find out what your boundary is. And the best thing to find out what is your boundary is to realize, what do you get irritated by? Because if you are getting irritated by someone or something, there's a chance that this is your issue and you are doing something wrong there. That you are giving too much without receiving back. I'm not saying that we should be giving in order to get something back. This is completely different story, okay, for a different video, giving and receiving. But you are giving way too much out of yourself, and by that you are weakening your own field, and therefore other people can then have better access to your energy, and they will abuse it if you let them. Okay, but you will let them because your energy field is weaker, so you're not going to have the strength to say stop. And once you start working on your inside, on your inner voice and on the voice of your heart, and you start listening to it and start doing what you are feeling, basically, when you do according to what you feel rather than what you think, you're going to notice that the boundaries and the strength of the field that is going to be around you after you've done it for a year or so already, there's going to be a massive difference. People will not cross the boundaries. Naturally, they're going to know where your boundary is. And when every now and again somebody is going to try and cross it, you'll be able to handle it in a very loving, compassionate way, but you're still going to be able to do it so that it works in your own favor. And you're going to be the one who decides who gets your own energy. It's not going to be based on what you've got in your mind, what you think that is wrong and right. You're going to be able to give it just because you've chosen to. And this is the best freedom you can give to yourself by working inside. I didn't have today time for my personal example from my life, perhaps in the next video, but that was a very good message that I got this morning and wanted to share it, and I'm really, really grateful I can do it, because I'm sure that I'm helping people who are trying to do good. They can feel, and they've got the pull that the soul is yearning for helping others, but they also don't have the balance, and they don't see the energy just yet. Okay, because I started to see it, I just wanted to share my view. I love you. Bye.